My husband worked for David Merrick in New York as a production assistant. When he was offered a similar position by Gordon Davidson at the Mark Taper Forum in Los Angeles, he jumped at the chance. I didn't think about the fact that I had given up my career until years later. At any rate, once we were in Los Angeles, I wanted to continue to write, so I took out 4 or 5 scripts from the UCLA library and read them cover to cover over and over and over. And then we optioned a book by Susan Fromberg Schaefer for $500, and I wrote a screenplay of the book. Then a guy at the Taper, Eddie Perrone, had a party, and obviously we were invited and went. I ended up talking to a woman named Carol McKean. Turns out she was the story editor of The Waltons, one of the few shows I watched on television. She had written a novel, I had written a novel. We enjoyed each other. She told me if I had any ideas for The Waltons, I should give her a call. This, by the way, is a real Hollywood story. In the middle of the night, I woke up sitting bolt upright and had 3 ideas for stories for The Waltons. She gave me 3 of her husband's scripts, which I read carefully, and then I came back in, and he and she sat down with me and took me through the process of writing a script for television. But I didn't have any idea how to structure the piece, nor did I know that it was 4-act structure and that I had to do a cliffhanger at the end of each act so that people wouldn't change channels. And I got a phone call I will never forget. She told me that they were going to produce the script and wanted me to write another. I was absolutely thrilled. We decided to have a party the night that the show was aired, and Carol and Nigel came. We turned on the television, and she started to laugh. And everyone looked at her, "Why are you laughing?" And she said, "Don't you have a color television?" Well, I had told the truth. We rarely watched TV, and all we had was a small black and white TV, and that's what we watched my first airing. I was no longer a New York writer. I had become a writer in Hollywood.